by exploiting it. So.
Woo! I mean, he corrected his Z's. That makes him pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so. This field is that I find that with online videos, the editing and the how crisp it looks, how sharp it looks, you make the difference between making it look amateur and making it look, you know, Alt-Shift-X, you know. How much do you guys put into, how much stock do you put into the editing process as far as making it a I don't know, a good looking product?
My routine, season 7, was literally I would go live for 2 hours, and then I would immediately start working on the video. So that's anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of editing, because most of them were like 20 minutes. I learned a lot from literally going on YouTube, typing in how to do this in Premiere Pro. Bam, there's like 15 videos that pop up. So eventually you watch enough of them, you get a general idea of it, and then, you know, I recently started to try to add in more like different types of transitions and stuff. So really it just depends on how fast your processor is, because all that stuff's really easy to learn. You just need to have a badass computer to be able to handle all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do not have a badass computer.
It takes me when I'm editing. I'm not great at it, but it takes me 18 hours. It can take me a day. It can take me 2 days to edit a video, 20, 30 minutes long, depending on what I'm doing or transitions I'm putting in. But it's a grind. It's a lot of work to edit these videos, and I don't think people really realize how long it really takes. Because you put that, it takes you, you know, you can spend 18 hours, 20 hours on a video, but if you don't get a certain amount of views within the first 3 hours you put it up, then YouTube just puts that video all the way to the bottom, and no one ever sees it or gets a chance to see it. And that's like the worst thing as a YouTuber, when you really think you worked on something good and you put it out, you know, it could be anything, just the wrong time of the day you put it out and here and then, and it just crashes, and that video just crashes and burns, and it's terrible.
It's funny how that works, commenting on what you were saying. Like, sometimes I put way more effort into a video and it does nothing. I come up with a video in a few hours and 30,000 views. It's I don't know.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason.
Yeah, I would recommend like not ever calculating how much we're actually making per hour. It's really dumb.
Yeah. 250.
But yeah, 5 cents.
Yeah, no, it's not worth it.
But yeah, well, yeah, for me it also depends a lot on many different factors. I think the animation ones are the ones that I can actually calculate fairly accurately how long it takes. The animated ones, I can animate 1 to 2 minutes per day, which would be like, you know, 5 to 6 hours of work, maybe. But the other ones, like the ones that just have like pictures on top of a voiceover, basically, or videos on top of a voiceover, those are a lot easier, but it also depends on like whether you're like, if you really want a specific clip from the show and you can't remember which season and episode they played it in, it can take you up to an hour to find that.
Just logging it, just trying to find it.
Yeah, just trying to find the damn thing can take you forever. And so like, you know, that's why sometimes it takes longer than it should. It's just because like these little things that get in the way. Yeah.
A lot of times, I mean, I mainly live stream, but I do some videos. And part of the reason I used to do a little part-time editing at a public access station and stuff. Editing is great, but you can get down a rabbit hole in it. If you're not really conscious of your time, I'll look up and I'm spending 9 hours editing this one 10-second transition that I can't get the timing right. And Sir Hunt's right, you do all of that, and if it's not the right time or the right moment, and like what Tony was saying too, it just gets buried, and you're like, I put in all this effort, this 8 hours for this one 30-second transition that no one's ever gonna watch it. So it's fun. It can take up a lot of time, especially if you're exacting. Sometimes it's better to, you know, make it great, but not make it perfect, because nothing could ever be perfect.
I'll give you a quick example. I did a video. I was so proud of this video. I think this video took me 3 days to do. I forgot exactly the title. It was the White Walker's Monster. I had a couple of guys on there with me. I put that video out, and I think I got 700 views in like a week. I've made a video for like 1 minute, just playing around up there, and it was about a fake story about a guy breaking into people's house and tickling their buttholes. 150,000 views in 2 weeks. Just like that, you know? That's the way YouTube works.
Yeah, it's by no means an exact science. I mean, we talk about the preparation, and a lot of times you shoot from the hip. Like some of my most successful videos are ones where literally came home drunk one night, and my buddy had the camera on when my friends wanted me to do an impression session, and that was one of my most popular videos. You know, last year I tried doing like episode by episode parodies of Game of Thrones. And, you know, trying to keep it short, right? Because I find that my clips, you got to keep it below like 2-3 minutes, or else, you know, people will just not even bother with it. So I would just watch the episode, rewatch it, and then be like, oh, that's a nice scene with Jorah and Sam. Like, oh, I'm going to shake your hand. And like, oh my God, are you sure you're ready for that? I just had grayscale 5 minutes ago. Ooh. So, those. Those videos weren't exactly the most popular, and even though that I put the most preparation into them. So, you guys find it's just like a shoot from the hip and then just sort of see where it goes kind of thing?
I don't script anything. I put like a couple of PowerPoints that I know I have to say, and then I just go on there and just talk, and that's it. That's just not my style. I know a lot of people do like to put it down, and that's probably why I mess a lot of stuff up and have to go back and correct it, because I don't do it. But I rather do it that way. It's just, to me, it's just more organic to me. I just get out there and just say what I'm feeling at that time. And if I have to make another video to clarify what I said, then I just make another video.
Yeah, commenting on you said, I do that exact same fucking thing. Like, I'll literally, I think that's why people like my videos, is because it's more like I'm having a conversation with them, and, you know, but it really is shooting from the hip. That's a perfect way to, you know.
Okay, well, I mean, if you know anything about my channel, you probably know that it is pre-scripted. I try my best to make it sound like a conversation, like natural as well. It's just when I'm writing my script, I read it out loud, and if it sounds robotic, I kind of change the words to make it sound a bit, more conversational. But I do, I'm a bit of a control freak with my videos, and I want everything to be very structured, very strategized. Like, I want to have like the perfect script that will keep you engaged the entire time and never bored, and that way you can watch the entire video and not even realize that 20 minutes have gone by. And actually, I've been getting a lot of comments saying that, which is great, and so apparently it's working, which is amazing. But yeah, I script. I can't just turn on the camera and start talking. That's just not my thing. I just start stuttering. I can't even say that word. Yeah. So no, script for me. Yeah.
I get bullet points and then kind of go off the bullet points and just rant around that and go wherever the direction goes. I do like writing scripts sometimes, and there's some videos I do, but I don't think I recorded enough to make it not sound scripted. Hence what I was saying before, where I'm a really awful actor. Like I don't put the time in to get better at saying the things I'm saying scripted, so I probably could do it, but I find that it works better stream of consciousness.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes it take way longer doing it my way.
Where do you do you improvise the sound effects and props, or no?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'll go to a certain point where I'm like, hey, I want to hit this right here. And silly stuff like that. But for the most part, all that stuff is if I'm feeling insecure in a moment, I run and grab a prop and just make noise and get silly. But it's usually just to fill in an area, fill in a gap. Sometimes when we do live streams, if we get donations, I have a wheel that I spin and it lands on different things. Like, Phil, get up and be goofy, and I have to get up and be goofy. Dance, Rummy, and I dance.
What are some of the, obviously YouTube is the internet incarnate, and the comment section are very enter if you dare. I had some weird ones. Like, obviously you're gonna have a lot, if you're good at what you do, you'll have a lot of people who say that, oh, this is great, this is awesome, good for you. And then but no matter what, whether you suck or whether you're awesome, there's always gonna be people who are gonna tell you to eat shit and die. So, I literally have
daily.
That's
a nicer one too.
Daily.
Way worse than that.
I'll tell you, I had a weird one, which was like a guy who, his avatar was a picture of Ted Cruz, his YouTube name was Ted Cruz, and his comment was, I am now your bitch. What are some of the weirdest comments you guys have gotten that you can think of off the top of your head?
I got a crazy comment. This guy, All right, so it was about a video I had done, and I was talking bad kind of about the Lannisters and stuff, and he was a Lannister fan about it and everything else, and I was talking kind of about the incest. And he goes, but yeah, you gotta look at it like this, Teflon. If you have a twin, and it's a clone of yourself, and you jerk yourself off, isn't that just a higher level of masturbation? And I was like, I don't know.
That would have made me crack up. I'd have been laughing.
I'm saying I'm not gonna get into crazy stuff like that. Who cares about all the troll stuff? But that's one of the funniest comments I ever got. But it made me think about it too.
And that's the thing. Sometimes when they can make you laugh, there's a fine line between that. Sometimes someone was talking about this the other day. You could just read the right comment if you're in the right place at the right time. It's just like, oh, it punched you right in the dick. But then there's sometimes you read it, and I keep a folder in one of my mailboxes that's called hate. So just when I'm feeling like I want to laugh, I like scroll through them and I'll read the comments like excuse me, you stink and you're smelly dog. You know, it's like stupid stuff like that. But so there's both things. It can be very humorous if you let it be.
Did you want to add to that, Val? Because I feel like your channel probably just gets a lot of debate for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, like with my channel, recently I haven't gotten a lot of bad stuff, thankfully. But the thing that people comment on the most is whenever there's an absence on my channel, which sometimes tends to happen. Like I'll spend like a month without uploading, and then people will start speculating on what the hell happened to me. And
She got kidnapped.
Yeah. No, one of the craziest comments I ever got related to that would be this one, I think it was a girl, and she claimed to know, to have a common friend with my boyfriend, and that she knew for a fact that the reason I wasn't making videos was because he was hitting me and like he was abusing me. And yeah.
Boo this man. Boo.
Yeah.
dare
so
you.
this guy, he's never touched me in my life.
Don't touch Val.
That's so random.
And I know it's just like, is this a joke or is it hate or like are you just crazy? I mean, like, I don't understand what's going on here. Like,
Go to last.
it's just completely made up stuff, and it's just the most whack. I don't know. It was weird.
I've gotten a shit ton of hate over season 7, my dude. Like, crazy shit. Like shit that will break you down mentally, unless you're just like, this is some bitch on the internet who would not say this to my face if I ever met them in person. But insane hate. I can't even think of one in particular. Like one guy was like, you look like a fucking grammatophyte, which is like the toe fungus shit. Yeah, dude. Yes. Like just crazy shit. I don't know. It can be toxic.
Yeah, it's best to take it all with a grain of salt, you know. Just if they were happy, they wouldn't make those comments. So
It's a
really
shame though. It does
reflection of their
get
own
some people to stop doing it though. I mean, I've had some co-hosts on my show that have come on and have gotten some comments or read comments because they've made those people be like, I don't want to do this anymore because I don't even want to put myself in the position to get some of those comments. So it can be a bummer too.
Well, I mean, like I do. I also find that sometimes, if you have an open mind about it and a good sense of humor, they actually like that. Like if you reply back with another joke or something, like they will be,
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
oh no, they won't say sorry. They'll be like, oh, you're actually like really cool. Like I'm gonna subscribe. Like okay, awesome. But yeah, but you gotta remember, like sometimes things come across the wrong way too because it's typed and you can't hear the intonation and anything. So I tend to always give the person the benefit of the doubt. If it sounds hateful, it might still not be. So you gotta, I always try to remember that.
So is the most difficult thing about YouTube, about putting yourself out there on YouTube, is it the comment section, or are there other aspects that you guys find just not that fun? Because like I don't have a problem like with reading it or just in general. I think it's pretty awesome. I don't think.
I think any of the problems other than that I have is within myself. is within, Val was talking about that earlier, I probably don't do enough theory or short videos because I get in my head, oh, someone else is already doing that, I don't want to do that, I don't want to do that, like I get in my head about it. And so I'm just like, I'll just do what I do, which is 3-hour Babble Fest or something. So because I'm indecisive and I just want to talk about 100 things. So I think the biggest battle with that is just in your own, getting out of your own way, thinking, not worrying about making it for yourself and making it for the right reasons and moving all that other shit out of the way.
Yeah, no, I would say the same thing. It's basically just the fear, especially in a fandom where people love to know every single fact perfectly, and if you don't get it right, if you don't get something right in your video, you kind of lose respect in the community because you gotta get everything right.
It's Oberon, not Oberon, Phil. Come
on. Actually, that reminds me of a funny story, because I was watching a YouTube video on Game of Thrones recently, and it was a video that was analyzing Littlefinger. And to analyze Littlefinger, you really need to know the show, at least, right? Like the story of the show, and watch the show, and So it would take some research of watching the show. And this guy was calling Ned Stark Ed Stark. How does that even happen? I don't understand how that even, Anyway, but my point was...
Good old Ed.
One of the things I don't like about YouTube is it comes from that fear of what people, making a mistake. It's what we call, some of us call it PUA. It's an acronym for post-upload anxiety. So it happens every time you just put up a video, you just start getting the sweats, man. It's just every single time, it never stops.
You keep checking your channel to see if it's gone up.
Studio.
It'd be great if he's calling Ned Stark Mr. Ed. He's like,
I just go hide.
You just go hide?
It's
Yeah,
the Mr.
Yeah,
Ed
checking
Show,
the gaslight,
starring
yeah.
Ned Stark.
YouTube is a great platform. Obviously, they have their problems, especially with demonetization. I would say probably is the biggest problem that confronts us creators, that the way they do it. And basically with their system of you have to hit this bell, because they would say, oh, you have to hit this subscriber bell, and then people will hit you up like, I hit the bell and I'm still not getting notified that you're putting out videos. So I think that, to me, is the biggest problem with YouTube. They need to fix that and get that straight.
I deal with that stuff too, and I think we all do, that when you live stream, it's like, click on this bell so you'll be alerted right when you live stream, and people always message me. I'm sure you too, and you too as well, and I know you don't really do live streams, but with videos and stuff, people will alert you of that. But yeah, no, you do live streams. You do the live streams of the video editing and
She
stuff like
does
that.
Twitch too. I
You do
watch her
Twitch?
all the time.
Yeah.
on
Yeah, I haven't
Twitch.
watched her Twitch yet.
Do you Twitch as well? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I just started Twitch.
What do you play?
Fortnite.
Well, yeah, I've been playing Fortnite recently, but it makes me so angry.
Yes.
It's just like,
Makes a lot of girlfriends angry, yes.
that's it. No, but I want to start playing, because I wanted to tie it into my Because Geek channel, and this ties into the whole, what I'm gonna do with Because Geek in the future, but because I also have a gaming channel, so I've had a gaming channel for a while, ever since I started Because Geek, really close, I had a gaming channel as well. And I wanted to turn Because Geek into more not only Game of Thrones, but the other topics will always be related to medieval and fantasy topics. So what I wanted to do with my gaming channel is, okay, I'll just make my gaming channel be a niche of medieval fantasy games, and that's all I will play. And then there comes Fortnite, and that's all I want to play. And I'm like, I don't want to play these medieval games, I just want to play Fortnite. But recently I just started playing The Witcher 1, because I want to make Witcher videos on my channel, so I'm starting to play The Witcher 1 as research. So then, you can see me playing it, and then you can see me making videos on my other channel, which is the idea. But yeah, I'm doing Twitch as well.
I was gonna say, Elder Scrolls Online, I wish you played that. It is literally Game of fucking Thrones, like free world Game of Thrones. It's awesome. You get to ride a direwolf, which I named Greywind because it was gray. You get to it's just insane. It's nuts. And the landscape and the music, and Jawadi was in there like, oh, let's do this. It's awesome. It's literally like on an open field, man.
I will say this too, real quick, about YouTube, at least in our community, the Game of Thrones community, most, and I'll say 97%, are so helpful that if you contact them and you need advice about something, that they'll give you advice. They'll hook you up, come on your channel, come on your show. I mean, I remember when I first started, I had no subscribers and anything like that. History of Westeros asked me to come on their show, James Johnson. And these people, they didn't acknowledge me or anything like that, even act like I'm out there or anything like that, but they asked me to come on and stuff like that. always grateful for that, and it just seems like we have a really good YouTube community in the Game of Thrones community, that we stick together and we try to help each other out the best we can.
Is there any YouTubers that you look up to that you want to, that are your favorites?
Aussie Man Reviews, I fucking love him. He's the
I
funniest
love
guy.
Aussie
He's
Man
like the funniest guy on the
Sheila.
planet.
Look at that Sheila over there. Ah, fuck me, dude.
Yeah, I love everything he puts out. I watch every one of his videos, and I'm
Especially
obsessively.
the animal ones.
Oh, when he's like the animal versus animal.
You seen the one with the goat that's going around? He's like, oh no, you're not catching me today.
And from a Game of Thrones standpoint, some of you guys might know him from the "What Would Happen If the Red Viper Won" video, where he re-edits that scene to the Red Viper actually winning that situation. I wish we could put it on out back here because it's hilarious, and he just does replay over and stabbing him. And it's a great video.
For me, it's something. Well, I mean, yeah, Aussie Man Reviews is awesome. I will admit. My idol for a really long time has been someone completely unrelated to the Game of Thrones topic. It would be game theorists. I don't know if you guys know about game theorists. It's, you know, MatPat.
That's just a theory.
Yeah, game theory. Yeah, and and one time he's been doing film theory as well, which he made a Game of Thrones video that the Jorah is the Azor Ahai theory, and you know, maybe might have lost a bit of respect there, but no, it's all good. Yeah.
I was about to say, I had to comment on that video, like on my YouTube channel. I was like, dude, your theories are fucking amazing, but I don't.
I know, yes, I kind of hope it, but what else? He tried to explain the distances problem in season 7 with a theory.
Time travel?
No, I mean, you would expect him, because he always comes up with like the most, you know, amazing things and intelligent things, and like this one was so bad. I mean, like, it's funny because I'm saying he's my idol, and I'm just like, you know, talking trash about him.
That's all right. It's all right. We all shit on our idols from every once in a while.
But basically the theory was just like, everyone is oversized in Westeros.
Yes.
Why? Because
Yeah.
this
They're
medieval,
giant.
they should be
Yeah.
like 5'4", or
Like basically, he was saying the planet was smaller, and the people were still like our size, but that's how they could walk
The planet
so
is
fast.
small. Yeah, something like that.
That's a stretch.
Let's not bring Dragon Ball Z into this. Are you a fan of Alt Shift X? I really like his. I'm a big fan of his work. It's so crisp, the edits, and it's just a very informative and academic and really objective look at fan theories and breakdowns of episodes. So if any of you haven't seen Alt Shift X works, I can't recommend it enough.
Yeah, he's alright. I like him, kinda. I like, you know, I listen to stuff that I can learn stuff from. You know, I like more book stuff. So, History of Westeros, Radio Westeros.
Speaking of which, they are right back there.
Yep, they're right back there. Yeah. I listen to LML. I listen to Lucifer Meat Lightbringer. I listen to anything Bridge Force, cool. I like
Preston Jacobs?
Yeah, I listen to Preston Jacobs too.
Preston
of course,
Jacobs
of course,
is
he's
out
very
there,
good. He comes
man.
up with a lot of good stuff. It keeps anything that's gonna, you know, make you think. I listen to. I don't like, you know, this stuff I've already heard. People repeating the same stuff verbatim. I don't need to hear that. You know what I mean? I already know what that is. So I like to hear stuff that opens me up. So those are the most channels I listen to. Gray Area. She's also my friend. You know, Smokescreen. That's my man too. You know what I mean? So I got love for all them people.
Mine are not really Game of Thrones YouTubers. Phil DeFranco is probably my favorite YouTuber. And then I have to say Aussie Man Reviews. I laugh at every single one of his fucking videos. Every single one of them. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is gold.
He's like the biggest guy, most subscribers that subscribe to my channel. Is Aussie Man.
See, I watched so many Aussie Man things that I got in trouble one time because I realized that there's certain things you just can't say without an Aussie accent, one word in particular.
You can't.
That's exactly right. I was drunk one night and I was meeting somebody for the first time. And I was just like on my way to see some other friends. I walked past this guy. He was like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey, how's it going, cunt?"
It's not gonna
And
go
he
well.
hates me to this day.
It didn't end well.
He hates me to this day.
A couple other ones that aren't Game of Thrones ones, Double Toasted is out there, and they do movie reviews, but for my channel, it's a big thing I'm influenced by with live streaming and interacting with the chat. And there's a lot, whether in the Game of Thrones community or not, so definitely expand it out there and check it out, not just people stuck in what your genre are. If you like movies, you like reviews, there's a lot of people out there that do a lot of really good stuff.
So we're down to our last eight minutes now. Let's talk about like what the future holds for this panel, because we're looking at least another 14 months or so without Game of Thrones.
Night.
A long night. A long night. So what are you do you have any plans for what your channels are going to look like in that time?
I'm covering Westworld right now. I reviewed the Avengers movie. I haven't seen Deadpool yet. I haven't seen Solo yet. I did do a Star Wars. I did the Last Jedi one. Pretty much anything that interests me. Like after season 8, I'm gonna be doing nothing but book content for Game of Thrones, which I'm excited as fuck about. Those are like gonna be awesome. But other than that, yeah, no, I'll just keep uploading at least 3 times a week.
Yeah, the show doesn't mean anything to me. My channel started off as a book channel, remains a book channel. The show stuff is just
You reviewed every episode of the show
course.
last season, bro.
I've reviewed every episode of the show for the last 4 seasons, but the channel remains a book channel. Always will remain a book channel. That's my favorite videos to do. You have to do the show stuff because it relates to the books, and that's how you draw in more subscribers. But really, my channel is a book channel, so the show doesn't really matter. I just wait for the books to come out and just get back to the book stuff. That's what I like anyway.
Yeah, I will say that you get that question a lot when you're a Game of Thrones YouTuber. Is, oh, what's gonna happen to your channel when Game of Thrones ends? And it's like, you know, we have all thought about it, you know, the show is not the only thing. Is, of course, you know, there's still the books. The books are not finished. They're still gonna come out. Yes, I still have hope. For you pessimistic people. And yeah, so there's plenty of content there. But again, like my channel started not as a Game of Thrones channel either. As I was saying earlier, my channel started as a medieval fantasy channel. It's a medieval fantasy channel, and that's why I fell in love with Game of Thrones, because of the medieval fantasy. So, but I want to expand to other medieval fantasies as well. So you'll start seeing that, and you'll start seeing a lot more animations, because that's also another thing that I've been wanting to do from the start. I love animating graphics and motion graphics and everything cool with, you know, more sound effects and anything that I can make to make it look awesome. I will do, and yeah, so you can expect a lot of that animated stuff and recaps. And actually, I got inspired by Aussie reviews because I was doing foreshadowing videos for each episode last season, for season 7, and because reviewing episodes is not my thing. I just can't. I don't know why. Like nothing comes to me when I try to review an episode. So I try to do the foreshadowing as something different, you know, clues and foreshadowing. But during the last season, you can't really do foreshadowing. I mean, it's gonna end. There's nothing really to foreshadow. Maybe a little bit, but we'll see. But I was trying to like mix it up and change it up, and I was thinking of how Aussie reviews does his like quick recaps, funny recaps. Yeah, he gets deep in it. So I was thinking I might do some similar quick funny recaps, but with my own animations. We'll see how well that goes.
Nobody on this panel was paid by Ozzy Man's reviews. At least I wasn't.
Still waiting on the check.
On my channel, we started out doing like Breaking Bad reviews, and it's definitely a television-focused channel. I do talk about some movies and some other kind of media, video games, and books as well. So I do think in Star Trek, lots of Star Trek. The Orville, we'll be talking about the Orville coming up again soon, and getting way into. I think that's one thing I want to get into as time goes on. Get more into deep Star Trek geekitude and explore that a little bit more. Geekitude, yeah. But as time goes on, I'd say with Game of Thrones, I'll always try to keep Game of Thrones content flowing, and with spin-off series coming and such. But my channel, I tend to be a little like all over the place, and so just continue doing that. More short videos. I want to try to do more short videos. Tony was like, make short videos, and I have to do it. He's right.
It's gotta be, here's the thing, with YouTube's algorithm, it's gotta be 15 minutes.
Yeah.
People said
every one of my
more than 10
videos is like
minutes?
3 hours or something. I have to stop it.
Nice. Watch time.
Yeah. I haven't made a video in like 6 months. So I'm all...
Get on it.
Yeah, but you were on Jimmy Kimmel. You're fine. You know, you always have that to fall back on.
I'm focusing on stand-up. So, real quick, you guys, this is a panel made up of people who make predictions on the series, and can we get some season 8 predictions real quick? I'm of the opinion that John is gonna kill Danny, not because he wants to, but because Danny's gonna be like, you have to, and he's gonna be like, oh, okay. So he's gonna shove Lightbringer up in her heart and use her fiery magic to imbue his long claw and become Azor Ahai, with her being the Nisa, and that's gonna be the tool that stirs the others, and that'll be the bittersweet ending that Kit Harington cried over when he read the script.
And the dragons form together to make Voltron the ultimate
That's
dragon.
exactly right!
Oh my god.
I would say that Daenerys' journey, just commenting on what you said, we talked about this yesterday, but Daenerys' journey can't lead up to being like, hey, John fucking stabbed me, bro, let's do this. If one dies, maybe both of them will die. Their kid lives. That's the bittersweet ending. Their kid survives to go on to maybe become the ruler, and the bitter
Song
part is
of Ice and Fire.
Yeah, and like maybe their kid is the one that was promised. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna die. I would honestly love it if both of them lived, or if maybe Daenerys died and then gets brought back, and then they're more of a match. You know what I mean? I don't know, because then she's technically, she's dead. So she's like ice and fire. Then he's ice and fire too. So.
Yeah, it's some hot zombie sex.
Be better than the boat sex.
It's just never ending.
I think there's gonna be at least one fake out death. Like they're gonna make us think that someone's dead and then bring them back.
Littlefinger? Have you heard that theory?
No. Yes, I
I've
have.
heard it and I don't want to hear it.
Dude, it
Let it
fits.
die.
It fits because as soon as he's up on that balcony with Sansa, Sansa looks at him and goes, "Yeah, Arya's a faceless man." He goes, "Oh shit, really?" And has that smirk. Then he meets with Homegirl. He knows Arya's looking at him. I don't know. Arya, we do know that can manipulate her height apparently, so it's possible.
It's a good theory, I will say, but they gave Aidan Gillen his goodbye party already. So.
I agree with you. There's no doubt that John's gonna stab Danny, kill her, get the Lightbringer sword. But I think there's a quite good possibility that John does the kiss of life and brings Danny back to life, and that's how it ends like that. And he's out of there, and she stays. But before it's about to jump off, I'll let you all know before I do go that thank you to everybody out here that have came to any panel that I've been on and clapped and didn't clap and everything else. I really do appreciate it, man. You guys made this kind of thing for me very special. I really
And not to end on a sour note, but I think my prediction for season 8 is that a lot of people are going to be disappointed. No matter what happens, there'll be a big percentage of people.
Everyone dies.
Yeah, everyone dies.
Bold
Yeah.
prediction. Everyone dies.
Yes. The Hamlet ending, just everyone dead.
Last person who's alive is Cersei.
But I'd be most surprised if people are excited about the ending. I don't know. I know that's a horrible side.
All right, folks, that's it for our panel. You guys want to give your YouTube channel names out real quick? Dr. Steve Love.
Sir Hunt's Review. Wait, let me do my sign off. This has been Sir Hunt's Reviews.
Teflon TV, so if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace, and stay sexy.
Stay
Yeah,
safe.
you'll go last because you're gonna top me. You're now watching Because Geek.
Everybody, bye.
You didn't do this. See you in the next one. That's my favorite
Oh,
part.
no.
Thank you all so much for coming out, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to Con of Thrones. This has been a great weekend. Thank you.